So we're going to be looking through this awesome Hot Wheels catalog of castings from 2002. This was Hot Wheels' 34th year in business, putting us just 1 year before the 35th anniversary, which, as many of you know, is the Highway 35 and World Race premiere. So this was a great time at Hot Wheels. There were a lot of futuristic castings happening, a lot of concept cars, fantasy castings, but we also saw a lot of muscle cars and even a little bit of JDM. As well as some Euro, even as we'll get into. So just all around great time at Hot Wheels. I really love this era. In fact, some of my all-time favorite castings have kind of come from that early 2000s. I'd say 2000 to 2010, around there. So yeah, just a really exciting time. And without further ado, we are just going to go page by page and show you this awesome catalog. We start with welcome. So welcome to the 2002 Hot Wheels collection. This limited edition collector book showcases all the cool Hot Wheels cars available in 2002. Next page here, we have a play set. So this is the starter set. Really cool to see different colors of track. We're obviously used to orange track with Hot Wheels. High-speed racing, jumping, and crashing. Pretty simple set, but gets the job done. You have the booster, making the car go upside down. Then you kind of just wrap back around. Good looking, kickin' personality, the 2002 Hot Wheels line. Original designs, top licenses, and super fast on track. Make your search for cars by matching the number on the left side of each package to the same number in the book. We have another play set here, and believe it or not, I played with this set as a kid. So as you can imagine, when I flipped open this page, it was nostalgia overload. Just memories came flooding back. I even remember the TV commercial that they had produced to advertise, to market this very playset. So just so awesome to see. It is the Shark Park, kind of an amusement park, fast talking, car chomping shark. Come on, how cool is that? This is what Hot Wheels is all about. Just fun, wild, crazy. So we have the table of contents here. We're going to start off with the treasure hunt cars, so the first 12 pages. We then move into the first editions, and we'll finish things off with the segment series cars. So let us flip the page and get going here. First up, we have La Troca. Gorgeous casting. They always do a great job with the graphics on this particular casting. So the actual, the graphic design, the tampos that are stamped on. I think those stripes up on the hood look really good. We then have this 71 Plymouth GTX. And now something to keep in mind is we are still before Super Treasure Hunts. Super Treasure Hunts didn't come out until 2007. And we also didn't have the Circle Flame logo that is associated with regular treasure hunts nowadays. So actually, it was a lot easier to find these on the pegs. It just had a bright green stripe running down the right side of the card, letting you know that you found a regular treasure hunt. So as you can imagine, if you're in the store, it's very clearly going to be jumping out at you, versus nowadays, they've obviously made it a little bit more challenging. You got to kind of know what you're looking for to find that Circle Flame logo. Okay, we have the 57 Roadster, and I absolutely love the 50s. I think it's always worth mentioning. The 50s was just a great time of automotive design. There was a lot of optimism. It was just after the World War II, and there was just a lot of influence and inspiration from space. It was called the Jet Age. Automotive designers were just very inspired by this fascination with the moon and the stars and space travel, UFOs even. So if you can look towards the rear of the car here, we have what are essentially tail fins. So interesting to see that designers are always going to get inspiration or influence from something. And during this decade, there's just a lot of space influence. So it looks like a rocket on wheels almost. We then have this Lotus Project M250. Next up is the Ford Thunderbolt. And I'm not sure how to say that. Panos LMP1 Roadster S. Very cool race car. And you can see it does look like we have real riders on there as well. So the regular treasure hunts also did they went back and forth with it. Some years there were, every treasure hunt had rubber tires. Other years, some of them had plastic. I think it just kind of depended on the year. But that kind of shiny mag look kind of gives away that I would assume those are real riders on there. Okay, we then have Phaeton. Love those flames. Classic Hot Wheels. Fat Fendered 40. So now we're even a decade before what I was talking about in the 50s. This is the 40s. Another 40 car, so 40 Ford. We then have Tail Dragger, and I do have an actual example of this one, so let me set the book down here and give you an up-close look at Tail Dragger. And gorgeous paint. Look at that shine, just beautiful metallic. Kind of interesting tampos up on the hood as well. And rocking those 3 spokes. Very, very popular in the 90s, those 3 spokes. But I think it looks great. Really good looking car. Okay, so we'll pick this back up here and keep moving on. Next, I have Mini Cooper. Now, I do actually have a couple examples of this one as well. In 2002, it was called Mini Cooper, but they've also used a couple other names, probably most commonly Morris Mini. And there's that Circle Flame logo. So obviously different from these from 2002, where we did not have that symbol yet. So I have this variant, and I also have this one, which is a beautiful Hot Wheels race team livery. I think that just looks so good. Look at that. Absolutely love that. Okay, so then we move on to the Anglia panel. We then have Midnight Auto, rocking those PR5s, also known as Phil Reelman 5s. We then have the Hyperliner, kind of a futuristic van. And we are into just the first editions now. You can see from the red coloring on the side of the page here. I used to have this one in my collection. I have since gotten rid of it. The Tantrum, really bright paint. It was definitely the brightest car I had in my entire collection. I mean, it just, you need sunglasses looking at it almost. We then have the Overboard 454. Jester, really unique silhouette on that one. And Altered State. Totally blown out engine there in the front. Looks good. Nissan Skyline. So, I mean, I guess I would argue this is before the total craze that we've seen over the last couple of years. Just full-on JDM obsession amongst modern collectors. So just really cool to see all the way back in 2002, one of those early renderings of it. We have the Honda Spocket. Corvette SR2. No Matter What. Super Smooth, 40 Ford Coupe, Ferrari P4, and I'm recording this in February of 2025. We did just hear a few weeks ago that Ferrari is coming back. So Hot Wheels lost the license around 2014, and as of 2025, so pretty much a decade later, they got the license back, and we're going to be figuring out what the first few releases are going to be relatively soon. So, and Ferrari has been around with Hot Wheels from pretty early on. I want to say there might even be a few red lines of Ferraris back in the 1968, 69 into early 70s. We then have the Saleen S7. This car always has such a nice presence, very elongated. I think the stance is always really good with this car. And again, rocking those PR5 wheels. Okay, we then have Backdraft, really fun surfboard, right? Hot Wheels was born out of the West Coast custom car culture scene, sort of California cars. So I love when they incorporate surfboards like that. We then have Custom Cougar, 68 Cougar. Torpedo Jones. Now this casting is kind of an earlier version of I would call a remake that they did, the Mo-Stache kind of quirky casting that they released, I believe 2024, where it's you can remove a little comb, or not remove it, but just move a little comb and then comb your mustache. So it kind of has similar design styling and design cues that this Torpedo Jones casting has, which, by the way, if you see this thing in person, it's chunky, it's hefty, it's large. I think it looks really strong, honestly. We have the Custom 69 Chevy. Now, I do have this one in Super Treasure Hunt form. Take a look here. This was my second ever Super Treasure Hunt I found in the wild. And I have the mainline version to that as well, loose. Nice little truck. I believe there have been complaints that this casting design, actually, you know what? I believe this was the original design, and then they retooled to a truck that I believe there have been complaints of it being a little bit smaller than what collectors think it should be. So I believe that was the original in this 2002 book, and then this was the retool where some collectors have complained that it looks a little bit too small now. But I personally think it looks great. Good stripes on the side as well. So nice little casting for sure. We then move on to that custom 59 Cadillac. So again, that 50s styling. We get those tail fins, very jet age, very space inspired. Open Roadster. This is another one I do have. Check that out. This is actually a gift from my sister. She got me years ago. Mark Jones design as well. I think it looks great. Look at that. Okay, we then have Jaded. I believe there is a Super Treasure Hunt version of that particular casting. Turn the page here. 57 Cadillac Eldorado Brougham. Those lace wheels looking really good. HW Prototype 12. Lancia Stratos, very good European car, so some European representation here, as well as the Nissan Z. The 350Z is my second all-time favorite car in 1/1 scale, just behind Audi TT. We then have the Toyota RSC and the 2001 Mini Cooper. Super Tsunami, 64 Riviera. Motocrossed, Lotus Esprit. Volkswagen New Beetle Cup. Another casting, if you see in person, is really chunky, really hefty, has quite a presence to it. Pony Up. Eye Candy. Rocket Oil Special. Hyundai Spider Concept. Slingshot, another one I do have in person here. So we'll start with this variant here, another Hot Wheels race team livery. Just another 10 out of 10 execution from Hot Wheels. I really love this casting. Trap 5 wheels as well on this one. Okay, then we have this color variant as well. I believe this is a multi-pack exclusive, blue and orange colorway, as you can see. I think that one looks really good too. And the rendering here as well, the actual art, chef's kiss. It looks so good. I want I want a poster of this in my room. Honestly, I just think it looks so good. Just screams that early 2000s Hot Wheels era, which again I just absolutely love. 40-something, Side Draft, Ballistic, Sid Mead's Sentinel 400 Limo. 59 Chevy Impala, 32 Ford Sedan Delivery, Grillinaire, Power Plower, Surfin' School Bus, So Fine, Roger Dodger, So Fast, Ford Focus, Honda Civic, another casting. They did retool. I want to say 2021 is when they made the retool. I think it looks a lot better, but this one is pretty strong as well, I must say. MST Suzuka, Toyota Celica, 65 Corvette, 97 Corvette, so two, what is that, about 30 years apart. 58 Corvette, 63 Corvette, a lot of Corvettes. Dodge Charger RT, Hammered Coupe. Montezuma, 33 Ford. Firebird Funny Car. I think funny cars are always so cool. Just again, an elongated design, just has a great presence when you actually have it in hand. Speed Shark, I do have this one off to the side. And a gorgeous colorway on this one, rocking the 5-spoke wheels with gold chrome. Kind of really complements the gold chrome up on top as well. Yeah, really strong. Okay, and we'll turn the page. Vulture, then Phaeton, Chrysler Pronto, 3-window 34, Diora 2, classic Hot Wheels. So we have the Diora, which came out during the Red Line era, the Diora 2, and they also made a Diora 3. 69 El Camino, Power Pistons, Seared Tuner, Fandango, Super Tuned, Monoposto, Muscle Tone, Jet Threat 3.0. I used to have this in my collection. Screamin' Hauler, 41 Willis Coupe, Twin Mill 2, another iconic design. So we have the Twin Mill that came out in the Red Line era, then Twin Mill 2. There's even Twin Mill 3, Twin Mill Gen E. 2025 AKs just got the Super Twin Mill as well with a rear wing in the back. Double Vision, Fantastique, Chevy Pro Stock Truck, Pro Stock Firebird. Always loved this silhouette of these cars here. It looks great. Just you can imagine it going down a drag strip. Just very unique silhouette, unique profile when you're looking at that side view. Mustang Cobra, 70 Chevelle SS, Evil Twin, Crazy Eights. This casting in person looks great too. Gets a lot of screen time on Acceleracers. Just crazy. I mean, again, just screams that Hot Wheels styling. Wild, crazy, blown out engines, futuristic. It's got everything. Rigger Motor, Grave Rave Wagon, The Demon, 32 Ford Dickey, Sidekick, Chevy Nomad, Purple Passion, classic Larry Wood design. We then have Hooligan, Deuce Roadster, 70 Plymouth Roadrunner, Proper Chopper, Armored Truck. I have been on the lookout for this one. I want to get one in decent condition. Hydroplane, Dodge Power Wagon. And that is it. So I got some legal jargon there, a couple more play sets. Octoblast, high-speed tentacle terror track. How crazy is that? Jeez. Another unique color as well. We're so used to orange for the track pieces. Got this kind of deep purple, deep maroon, I would say. Yeah, just crazy looking for sure. Turbo Jet City. That looks pretty fun. And some more room to take any notes down. So we finish off with this nice little graphic of different wheels. And that, my friends, is it. PlanetHotWheels.com. That is awesome. So again, this is the 2002 castings from Hot Wheels. Hope you enjoyed going through this. My name is Contour Toy Cars. I discuss diecast from an art history perspective. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.